Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
For over 30 years, Vanguard Outdoors has made the gear that turns a regular hunt into another fine day of field. We know that a good shooting stick or a nice pair of binoculars can make or break your day. Our design teams include serious hunters who work hard to bring you the best sporting optics, shooting sticks, tripods, bags, and more. We are Vanguard Outdoors.
Hello everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we have an exciting show put together for you this week. Now if you watched last week's show, you know that Jordan has been after the buck of a lifetime on his property. We are going to see an update on what's happening with that, if he was able to catch up with that buck or not. We'll check that out, and we've got some other excitement in store for you this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. We're actually going to kick things off in northern Michigan by doing a little cast and blast, a little trout fishing and some upland hunting. And then we're going to take you on a goose hunt and a grouse hunt. And to be quite honest, we did not have a lot of success, but we did have a lot of fun with some really good people, so we thought we'd bring you those stories anyways. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by
Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's destination since 1988, featuring varieties of homemade sausage, jerky, brats, and gourmet entrees. Holiday gift boxes can be assembled in-store or online. Details at countrysmokehouse.com.
By DR Trailer Sales. From job sites to weekend adventures, we've got you covered, with locations in Milan and White Pigeon, Michigan. We carry PJ, Big Tex, Diamond C, and more. More information is available at drtrailer.net.
At Boss Shot Shells, we make all our shot shells right here in Michigan and deliver them direct to your door.
We're on the north branch of the Sable. It's early October, and we're throwing some small streamers, trying to find a nice big brown trout. The fish spawn here in about 2 or 3 more weeks, so we have to pre-spawn right now. The biggest thing this year is the water levels are extremely low and things have been warm. But these fish are getting active. It's just been very, very sunny, and then today we got rain, so it should be good.
Well, yeah, so Jordan told me the other day he was coming up here to do a cast and blast with Kelly and one of his buddies. Kelly we've had on the show before, and I said, cast and blast, that sounds kind of fun. So we're on the Sable tonight, and then the plan is hopefully catch a handful of nice fish, and then tomorrow we're doing the blast of the cast and blast, so we're going to do a little bird hunting, which is right up my alley. So Jordan was running the camera, and I thought I'd tag along and see if I can't stumble into a trout and maybe a grouse tomorrow. So it's a early October, just a perfect time to be outside, and I'm looking forward to tonight and tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. I'm legendary for not being able to catch anything on a fly, so this is a streamer, so it's a little...
What we got there?
Just a little guy. Oh. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Looked like a brown. Ooh, what was that?
Bam! A grouse. Well, there was our cast and our
I
blast.
was gonna say. Oh, I just came back from the Betsy from the last 6 weeks of guiding there, and some of the early fish, we keep a few of them, and they're just wonderful in my smoker. And there's still some salmon coming in.
What's going on with the fish tonight?
This is the only fish that's shown itself today. I've got to try some of this.
Just watch out for the bones.
Yeah, the fish are definitely winning tonight. Thank you, sir. What's your secret brine you use?
I just used brown sugar and salt, a cup each, and a gallon of water.
Yeah.
And slow smoke.
Well, no fish were harmed in the filming of this segment, that is for sure. But it was still a beautiful night to float down the Sable River. We were hoping that things would go, well, a little bit better the next morning.
Bam! A grouse. Well, we're hoping for good things on the blast because the cast did not work as well. Well, there was a lot of casting, just not a lot of catching. So we're just getting ready to get on the ground here for our blast of our cast and blast. It's a perfect day to be bird hunting. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's high 30s. Sun's kind of poking through the clouds right now. From what I hear, we've got a couple good dogs we're going to be chasing, so should be a great day. Looking forward to it.
We're around Higgins Lake, I guess you could call it, south of Higgins Lake, hunting close to cities, Roscommon, and trying to shoot a couple grouse and shoot some woodcock. We've had a couple points, just couldn't get on them. Got an English setter, Mystic, and Honey's out with us right now. Hopefully we can kill a couple and she can retrieve them for us.
Tell me a little bit about what kind of cover you're looking for.
Well, right now we're looking for popples, obviously. Whereas right now we're kind of on the edge of some tags and stuff, but once we get back to the road, we get back in the popples and hunt those edges. Then we'll cross the road and hunt an edge of a swamp. You know, right now we're just kind of following the dog's nose and got off track, but you know, the dogs know more than we do, right?
Oh, it's sitting right here. The bird's right here, Jordan. Right by those leaves. I'm gonna have a tough time shooting here, probably.
Well,
We can send the dog in.
hold on, Jim. All right,
Oh,
you're
he's
good.
walking. Oh, can't shoot.
God, I was scared I was gonna go.
I had a feeling he was gonna go right at me.
That's all right. That was a cool video.
No,
No,
he
but
didn't.
that video was sweet.
He went right over top of your hat.
You can use that, can't you?
Oh yeah.
That's all right. I mean, it just flew over my head, and I.
No, you did all you could.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they stick around for a while. They're pretty smart.
That was cool, though.
Dog nubbit.
Well, we were finding plenty of birds, but having a tough time getting many good shots, which is usually how it goes in the bird hunting world, especially early season when the leaves have yet to drop.
Right there! Kelly!
What happened out there? Oh, I shot and
Here!
I missed.
Come on!
You like that?
Oh! Well, had some excitement, and I was
He's gonna bring it to me.
dead on
Come here, man.
on this limb. We had 2 woodcock. Hey, we got a woodcock. We had 2 woodcock, actually 3 woodcock and a grouse all come out of about a
Come here.
30 by 30 area here in the woods.
Want her to bring it to you?
I don't think I got it, but somebody did.
Come on, man.
Let's see that bird. Well, we are definitely finding enough birds today. We probably have 20 woodcock at least. Most of those are pointed, some wild flushes, which this one was, but this was a point. Bird went up, the grouse came out of a tree, and then we wild flushed 2 woodcock in here, and one of them flew right out to Kelly. It must have died of old age, because
He died of fright.
right when his gun went off.
Missed it. Lots of birds. Just a little better shooting. It'd probably have, 4 or 5. But we finally got one. Lots of good points and some wild flushes. But Been a good hunt.
No, it's just right behind him.
A little better shooting. It was nice.
No,
Once you say, Jim, that woods weren't as thick.
Yeah, we could actually see in there.
That's why Eagle Eye Kelly got his bird.
Tell me about our pup here today.
So Mystic from Kansas. You know, when I spent time in Colorado, I mean, he is an English setter. He looks a lot like a Brittany, but he's got a long tail. But he's out of a breeder in I'd say northwestern Kansas, and he was really bred for quail, but he's adapted since we moved back to Michigan the last few years, and runs a little big, but that's all right. He holds point pretty well.
It went down, didn't it?
There we go. That's a cool video. She brings it to Dad all the time. I didn't kill this bird, but she just wants to give it to her dad.
I think this is the bird that we had a nice point on just, I don't know, 50, 60 yards back there. We got that, but the bird didn't seem to be there. Shut the camera off. We started to move, and it had walked off, as they do. These little woodcock have gotten really pretty fast on their feet. But dog relocated on it, and was able to get a nice shot, and finally it stayed out of the leaves. So, wow, what a good hunt today.
So originally I got her. She was my duck dog, and we lived in Colorado. And I've always had setters. And now that I'm back in upland country, she's kind of worked in with, you know, she's not the best working with the pointing dog, but she stands by me, and she's good at finding those cripples or finding the dead birds. Where it's kind of nice. She'll be looking for the dead ones, while Mystic can still try to find the ones that we're hopefully going to kill again. But she's really good to have around, because you saw, I mean, there's been birds I haven't found, and one I found with him. And I'm not super loyal to one breed. I mean, I've had English setters my whole life, but it is nice having her along with me.
Never, here it is.
Special thanks to Kelly and Cam for letting me tag along today. I've been out a handful of days so far, and from what I've seen, bird numbers seem pretty good. And as the leaves drops, hopefully the shooting will improve as well. But fish or no fish, birds or no birds, walking or floating through the woods in early October as the leaves change, well, there isn't much better here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, as you can see, we did have a ton of fun on that story, even though we did not have a ton of success, and that's kind of the theme for this next story. Early over the last week and a half or so, I've been out on 2 different hunts, and some would say they weren't very successful at all, but I tell you what, we had a lot of fun, and it just is a good reminder that you can have a great time in the out of doors, even if you don't have a full game bag at the end of the day. Just a week or so back found me at the headquarters of the Muskegon State Game Area. I would be following Kevin and Izzy Essenberg for a day of waterfowl hunting. Our plan was to hunt the afternoon draw, and we were looking forward to meeting up with some friends and hitting the fields.
We have shooting hours ending at 6:46 p.m. today. You can see the fields on the board. Green is alfalfa, yellow is corn, red soybeans. I counted 300 geese and 10,000 ducks out there. About 1,000 of them were mallards. There's a safety zone on the perimeter of each field. You have to be within 200 feet inside of the safety zone and stay about 200 feet or more away from the rig road. Field numbers each have an A and a B side.
Well, being the only group here for the afternoon draw, we figured we had pretty good odds, and the kids were pretty excited about that.
Oh, number one! Number one's first! Yay!
Even if the birds didn't fly today, we were all having a pretty good time. Once the draw had happened, we had to wait till noon to get into our field and start the process of setting up our decoy spread.
Wind today, if we get any, is supposed to be southeast, which is directly behind you. Birds should be coming in from out in front of us, so the idea is just make it really easy for them to come around the side of the spread. Should line up right in front of us if they do it right.
Okay. And how many years have you hunted this area?
Oh, I've probably been up here about 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's always been a draw area up here?
Always has been. So some things have changed over the years with the crop management and new personnel and such, but it's usually a pretty consistent hunt as long as you put the work in.
Okay. And how did you end up picking a spot today? How did you know where the birds might be?
Scouting was up here last night. You can get a permit from the county. We're actually state of Michigan, but we're guests on the county's property. and they hand out permits. You can come up and scout, and then just unfortunately did not see any birds in fields last night, but we're in a pretty good traffic zone. A lot of flocks of geese passed over. We have a creek in front of us with some ducks on it. Hopefully a few will pop up off that.
The girls definitely kept us laughing most of the afternoon, and with some downtime, they even had time for a nap. We were hoping the birds were going to show.
How does the sturgeon guru end up over here in West Michigan?
Listen, I got an invite from buddies, and they tell me anytime I can hunt over corn legally without DNR showing up, I'm in. But we've been coming out here to Muskegon a few years with our buddy Kevin. He invited us out, and then our girls became friends, and what more do you want? Want the girls hang out and shoot ducks and geese? Absolutely.
Well, as expected, the birds didn't fly until right before shooting hours. There was a lot of birds getting up off the water treatment fields, and some even went our way. And just another reminder that even if you don't have a full game bag at the end of the day, you can still have a great hunt. Now fast forward up to this past weekend, I was able to get out with some folks and tag along for a day of grouse hunting in the northern lower. Mike Mapes from Second Chance Bird Dogs was the one who invited me along today.
Well, Mike, what's the plan here, young fella?
Plan is to kill some birds.
Yeah?
That's the plan. So we got a couple good dogs. It is November 2nd in an undisclosed location. Far, far away from Michigan, of course.
There you go.
No.
I lost track of where we were about Novi.
Yeah. I think that was the Mackinac Bridge I saw back there.
Yeah, we were going south.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe, how do you know Mike?
I know Mike through, what was it, first on social media?
Yeah.
Had him on the Bird Camp podcast, probably somewhere in the beginning of that. And
Okay.
And now we're hunting together, and we trust each other with guns around our dogs and the usual things with that. This is my dream gun. I sold a bunch of stuff for it.
Yeah.
I have a Merkel 20 gauge side by side.
Woo-wee!
And it handles like lightning, and it's everything that they told you it would be from the manufacturer. It will shoot birds, it'll kill birds, and it's really, really nice to look at.
Kind of like you?
Exactly like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the camaraderie around the truck is some of the best parts of the day. Brett DeGraff was also with us today, showing us a few of his spots, and we were excited to hit the woods on a perfect morning. We did get a couple of shots off early on in the day, but nothing much to show for it as we finished our first spot.
Well, we had about a half-hour hunt. 4 birds flushed. Joe got a shot off on one that came out of a tree pretty early in the game, but most of the rest of them flushed way on ahead of us.
Okay.
Thick pines, sun in our eyes. So, good start to the day, though.
Good deal.
Okay.
All right, boys. Give me a summary of today. How'd we do?
The birds won. They won real bad.
Birds won.
Like they normally do.
I have 1 barrel to clean out of 2. You got to clean both barrels.
Yeah.
Your gun still has yet to be fired in anger.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, it's
And what'd we move? 5, 6, maybe?
Yeah, 6 I think.
6, I think, is on my counter. Yeah.
It's just
Started out strong.
we did. We started out real well. I saw one, missed.
Well, that's why they call it hunting,
That's why
right?
they call it hunting, not shooting.
This is clearly hunting.
Yep.
Well, thanks for letting me tag along.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Well, sweet November is finally here, and if you're a bow hunter here in Michigan, there is no better time of the year to be in a tree than right now. Along those same lines, we're going to wrap up this week's show by taking a look at what the last few weeks of season have been like around here. Well, back out here tonight, just climbed into a blind. Not my preferred method for bow hunting, that's for sure. And this is the second time I've ended up in one so far this season. Mainly just because I can't get good winds. There's a ton of northeast winds so far, and it's been hot, and it's just been really difficult to get to some of my better tree stands. However, the buck that I'm chasing did walk right by this blind the last time I saw him. So I sat here like, I don't know, 6 days ago. Saw the big buck I've been after across the field. 2 days later, wind switch, I was able to go hunt the stand I have across the field. He came out on that side too far away, and then came all the way across the field and literally made a scrape right underneath this blind. That was Thursday, it's Monday, so that was the last time that I saw him, was Thursday night. He was all over the place, made a bunch of scrapes. Haven't seen him or got a picture of him since, but also haven't been able to hunt this area since just because of the wind. And back in here tonight, gonna need some luck, but that's always the case, so we'll see what happens.
As I somewhat expected, the big buck did make his way to the field, coming out within bow range of the stand I was sitting in last time I saw him, and never making it anywhere near the blind I was in. The next night, I was able to sneak out into that same stand only to have him pop out in the field about 100 yards away. A few days later, I was back in the blind, just trying to stay dry.
Well, I'm back in the blind tonight, and I'm thankful that I'm in here and not in a tree stand. I actually wanted to go sit in a tree with my rain gear tonight because there's a couple of storms rolling through, and it's supposed to clear out and be pretty nice in the evening. Because the camera gear decided that I couldn't really do that because there was a chance of rain, and it's currently pouring. So I am happy to be in here, hoping that this is just a small storm that blows through and the deer will get back to normal. Actually, I saw a few deer right off the bat because I got in. It was still pretty nice, and there's just a wall of rain coming. Yeah. Yep, good to be in the blind tonight. Cat and mouse game continues. He just stepped out right in front of the tree stand that I've been hunting him in the most. It's like 30 yards from the tree, but it's pretty early. It's about 5:50. Depending on what this rain does, he could be on his feet for a while. He's gonna have to cover some ground to get here, but definitely possible.
After pushing a few does around the field, he did end up coming my way, making it to about 50 yards before I ran out of light. This marked my closest encounter yet, and over the next several days, he would continue to be visible and elusive, but as October came to a close, his patterns started to shift.
Once again, right in front of the tree stand, where I've tried to hunt him a couple of times. It's a little ways out from it this time, probably 40 yards, but every time I sit there, he doesn't walk by. Well, back at it tonight, where the whole season really started for me. Sitting on a small food plot, still after the same buck. It's been a grind. He's been a tough deer to figure out. Although I saw him a lot early in October. Later in October, he's kind of disappeared, so kind of just not sure what to do. So going back to some historical stuff, what he did last year. I know he was alive as of 2 days ago, and just kind of going off that. This food plot is kind of set up downwind of the bedding area he's been using. Obviously, November 2nd, I don't think he's got food on his mind, so I don't think he'll come here for that. But there's a couple scrapes on this food plot. He might come here just to check those, so I'll be as surprised as anyone if he steps out here, but gotta keep trying. We're gonna be running out of days here.
October came and went with only the one close call, and the first few days of November, he was nowhere to be found. At this point, I'm holding on to hope that he's still around and will eventually make a mistake and give me an opportunity. Good luck to all of the other bow hunters out there. Make sure to enjoy your time in the woods and stay safe.
Thank you so much for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned in upcoming weeks. For sure, next week we'll be getting ready for the firearm deer season opening day. If you can believe that, it's almost here. We'll also check out a ladies event with some upland hunting and waterfowl hunting and all sorts of things in between. If you'd like to see where we are and what we're up to on a daily basis, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right. Online is a good way to see what we're up to on a day-to-day basis. Probably Instagram and Facebook are the best two ways to do that. Make sure you are joining us over the next couple of weeks. Lots of brand new stuff coming, and we are just days away from the firearm deer season. It's hard to believe that it's already here. Make sure you get out and enjoy everything our state has to offer. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully you'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by
Get away from it all to your own place. With Greenstone's recreational land loans, we'll help you finance acreage of any size so you can own your own place in the great outdoors. Greenstone.
By Great Lakes Firearms and Ammunition, a family-owned and operated firearm manufacturer in Sparta, Michigan, offering a wide variety of calibers and colors, backed by a lifetime warranty. More information available at glfallc.com. By Saab, providing defense and civil security products and services for over 85 years and now part of the Grayling community with our new advanced munitions facility. Career opportunities are available. More information at saabinc.com. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit at Novi Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features fishing tackle, trips, boats, and seminars from top pros. The Ultimate Fishing Show, Novi.
Closed captioning brought to you by Double D Ranch Foundation, a nonprofit 501c3 foundation working to make hunting and fishing accessible for those with disabilities.